Hi, good morning to everyone. Today I'm going to present article on data protection in virtual and augmented reality environments. I will be presenting insights on the data protection within virtual and augmented reality environments. As these technologies become more integrated into our daily lives, data protection in virtual and augmented environments like technology is reshaping industries like education and healthcare. I will be demonstrate the risk and responsibilities in handling the sensitive data, and will explore the types of data of these platforms um, collect the vulnerabilities and the regulatories. However, the technical and organization measures that can help to protect the user privacy data. uh, Let us have an example virtual reality headset used for online learning. It doesn't show the lessons, but it can also track to where you look and how you move, and even the background of the room. If that information is not protected, it could be misused by someone else, like the information or the it can track the location example. So here what happened is we will look at the end these kinds of data in augmented and virtual, and the risk involved, and how these technologies and how can be it keep in privacies, what are the principles and rules, like how can we protect the data into in privacy mode. Yeah, this presentation explores how augmented and virtual reality technologies are rapidly growing across industries like education, healthcare, and manufacturing sectors. However, with this growth, a significant concerns regarding user privacy and data protection due to the immerse and data-rich technologies, and where the protection deeply immersed, and these platforms, how it is going to be used and protected from the other third party users. Immersive technologies interact with digital content, data protection frameworks often fall short when applied to the complex and real-time data captured in AR and VR settings. Like these settings sets the stage of regulatory and ethical challenges, like they compete with the complex data process. In the here the key data types in AR or VR, there is main in these data types in AR and VR, there are will be a very risk. I think at a biometric data includes facial expressions, eye tracking, environmental and data encompass physical surroundings, and behavioral data tracks users interactions and decisions. These sensitive data these sensitive data types can uniquely identify and profile the individual data, and these environments introduce a specific vulnerabilities. The immerse experience increases psychological exposure, and real-time processing can be bypassed. Traditional and safeguards and interconnected systems create a potential points of the failure of the attack. These can be very big risk, due to uh, the surrounding areas, it must be also affected. And coming to the regulatory rules and challenges, the different jurisdictions approach data protection differently. Like in Europe, GDPR mandates rights like data access and erasure, in US laws such as CCPA emphasize transparency and control it. Then the sector specifically stands like HIPAA, FERPA and PCI DSS apply depending on use where it is causes. The technical coming to the technical solutions are essential. Privacy enhancing technologies like homomorphic encryption and secure multi-party computation safeguard data during processing. Techniques like anonymization and the edge computing help minimizing data exposures, and a zero trust model enhances the security. And organizations must proactively access the privacy risk using tools like privacy impact assessments, collaboration across departments, transparent user controls, and user education, all critical components of the holistic data protection strategy. Everyone need to be know what type of the data is collected and where it is going to be used, and there are separate cookies to make the user how what the data they have been provided and where it has been used by the data taken from the organizations. So it will be very helpful for the it will be helpful, like the users can be very aware of it. So how the data has been used by what the information they gave. Like in healthcare, the virtual augmented therapy must comply with HIPAA regulations. In education, the augmented learning tools should adhere to FERPA. Corporate training environments using immersive tools must also ensure proper data governance based on industry specific policies. And future considerations, what I have been concluded is this AI will personalize AR VR experience but also pose a new risk around the behavioral prediction. The integration of XR and IoT further complicates the privacy landscape. Additionally, public expectations around the privacy are evolving rapidly, demanding adaptive framework. So here I'm here to conclude. AR and VR technologies like augmented and virtual technologies challenge existing privacy rules and regulations. The robust data protection strategies are not only necessary for compliances; they are the fundamental to gaining user trust and promoting the ethical adoption of immersive technologies. And these are the technical references I have been taken, and by this I have completed an article of the AR and privacy AR VR privacy concerns. And this is the end of my presentations, and thank you for taking your time on my presentation.